Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Brown, our progressive commentator. You can find him on Twitter at MABrownDC, MABrownDC, ladies and gentlemen. Joining us tonight to defend Governor Northam, A.G. Herring, and Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax from out of the wonderful Commonwealth of Virginia. And we are just so glad to have such a serious proponent of progressivism in our midst to defend the indefensible. Go forth, sir. We are also in that period where we're recording things and you can begin seeing it on our channel at YouTube, The Exceptional Conservative Show. You can go there and we will also have these videos out for you tomorrow afternoon, sometime tomorrow evening. All right, sir. Go forth. Defend Governor Northam and his statements regarding infanticide, that it's okay to revive the child after it's been pulled out for the mother. Do you agree with Governor Northam regarding infanticide?
Before I comment on that, first I want to congratulate you and your show for the wonderful progression you've made of now, not just with advertisers, but being telecast. So I want to tell you how proud I am of you, though I don't agree with 99.9% of what you say. I do have to congratulate you on the show's progression.
Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate that. And I want you all, for back history, for some people who are just tuning in and watching us, Michael Brown and I actually attended the same high school. I don't know how he was allowed in, and he probably doesn't know how I was allowed in. We attended the same high school, which had a multitude of ambassadors and senators' kids and everything else. So politics was a big part of our studies and debate during the course. And Michael Brown went on to become a city council member in the District of Columbia. I believe we also had one who became mayor. Am I correct? Fenty?
That is absolutely correct.
Adrian, yeah, Adrian Fenty went on to leave MAC and went on to become mayor. So we are very heavy into politics.
And we also had NBA players and business people and a nice variety of folks that were Mac and Trojans.
Exactly.
Mac and Catholic Trojans.
Thank you. Trojans to the max. All right. And I have a Letterman's jacket and chest. I was a serious athlete. Mike.
By the way, good to see your friend Devin Nunez is under investigation for obstruction of justice. I guess we'll see how that turns out, since he was going to be nothing but a stooge for 45.
Yeah, we'll see how that all turns out with the very friendly Hillary Clinton DOJ. We'll see how that all turns out. Apparently.
Now that we have real checks and balances going on, what a co-equal branch of government.
What co-equal branch?
Republicans on the Hill had no interest in any kind of oversight over 45's administration. Oh,
we've had tremendous oversight over 45's administration, and just want to turn quickly to one subject matter that I want to talk with you tonight. The raving economy that we have. And I know that you want to give props to number 45, who has done more for the economy than Barack Obama ever dreamed. Over 304,000 jobs.
Let me tell you about those.
Okay. Go right ahead. Tell me about those things.
President Obama, this economy would not be where it is today. That's first. Mm-hmm. Second, I remember when President Obama used to come out with statistics, whether it was labor statistics about the economy, and 45, before he was 45, would say, oh, these statistics aren't true, they're not.
Those without jobs and not looking shrank by 647,000 over the past 12 months. That's nearly 1 million people. And in fact, last month,
the statistics from his labor department.
Last January,
just like he questioned the statistics of the Obama numbers.
How much is it?
How
come you don't question the DOJ investigating? Devin Nunez, which is part of the Trump administration, but you question the Labor Department now because it's a part of the Trump administration? You gotta stay consistent here now. Let me just say this now: 304,000 jobs created in January. Now, last time I looked, that was not under the Obama administration.
To the previous president and his policies.
What policies? The policies of higher
Pulled us
taxes.
out of a recession, saved us from a depression after the Bush administration. Talking about this economy under 45. Under Republican control, the deficit has skyrocketed to disgraceful numbers. And everyone's going to have to pay for these bills when they come due in the next 10 years because of this administration and the Republican Party.
So you were the major force during the Obama administration where it jumped from $10 trillion to 18, becoming a deficit hawk? Really?
Yeah, it's unbelievable how we're now becoming the fiscal about being fiscally responsible. It used to be your party, but clearly they don't care. Let's just do tax cuts for billionaires and multinational companies. Forget the middle class and forget the poor.
Well,
that's your policy.
Well, it's kind of easy to forget the poor when the poor are beginning to work and become middle class. That's happening under the Trump administration. Didn't happen under the Obama administration. And let's go back to the Obama administration, according to Investors Business Daily, which we shared in our chat room there. Other evidence of this turnaround came earlier in the week when the Labor Department reported that private sector wages and salaries climbed 3% last year, the biggest annual increase in a decade. Under Obama, private sector wage gains averaged 2%. I understand. Business is slightly a little, boring for you.
Sorry about the yawn.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't know what came over me.
I understand. Okay, so we got rid of Dodd-Frank. We got rid of Obamacare, nearly all of Obamacare. We still have to fight to get rid of that. You're getting rid of higher taxes and regulatory tsunami. But I bet you're in line with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez on her Green Deal, in which we would spend $40 trillion to try to repair the earth. Are you in for that?
I understand what the Green Deal is all about.
Yeah. Okay. Please explain it.
Extremely aggressive,
mm-hmm.
And I think certainly anyone can certainly introduce resolutions. It's not legislation or proposed legislation.
Mm-hmm.
It is a resolution. But anything like that with this particular number 45 and this brand of leadership will never go anywhere. So the question is, do you just want to make a point, or do you really want to get stuff done relative to climate change? Now, I understand the Congresswoman's thought that you can't just do it piecemeal, piece by piece. We have to do a much more aggressive approach. I get it. And maybe if there was a Democratic president, legislation, because real legislation will never pass, well, I shouldn't say never, certainly not pass the Senate. And the president clearly is not going to sign it. It's not going to be veto proof. So I commend her for stepping out and engaging on an issue that needs to be engaged. This number 45 doesn't even want to talk about climate change. Mm-hmm. So I commend Congresswoman Cortez, and I hope she continues to carry that progressive agenda.
Oh, I understand. So the deficit hawk that you are, all of a sudden you're okay with $40 trillion being spent to change the world, but somehow Donald Trump, and the Republicans, under which this particular administration has seen the national debt jump from literally about $19 trillion to $22 trillion in the years that they've been in office, versus Obama, which created more national debt than any other presidents combined in history. I can see where you can prudently gauge the whole idea that changing the weather should be the preeminent thing that this country does. Should not be the border. It shouldn't be the border. It has got to be changing the weather. And I just want to let you know that since creation, God's been doing a good job with the weather. And mankind has had no real impact on it. But you keep fighting for another day of the windmills.
It's the same that people on the right like you like to make fun of climate change. Oh, it's a big joke. Oh, it's not. And then what we're doing is watching hurricanes wiping out complete villages and towns. What we're doing is watching when forest fires burn villages and towns. It's okay. It's not that funny then. Let's just do something about it. Why not?
Well, let's just say, first and foremost, Antarctica and the Arctic have seen more ice growth than ever before. And in fact, you were probably complaining while I was in Orlando about the Arctic blast that was blowing down to Washington, D.C., where it was 9 degrees. So apparently the Arctic is doing pretty well with ice and ice coldness. The next thing regarding the hurricanes, there are fewer hurricanes. There are fewer hurricanes over the past 10 years than in the history of America. So you guys, you're killing me with this. And the objective is to break the bank so that the U.S. becomes Venezuela, and then you all will be very happy. Let me play this clip real quick, and I want everyone to see it. This is Christine Ford's testimony before the U.S. Senate regarding Justice Kavanaugh.
I am here today not because I want to be. I am terrified. I am here because I believe it is my civic duty to tell you what happened to me while Brett Kavanaugh and I were in high school. I believed he was going to rape me. I tried to yell for help. When I did, Brett put his hand over my mouth to stop me from yelling. This is what terrified me the most and has had the most lasting impact on my life. It was hard for me to breathe, and I thought that Brett was accidentally going to kill me. I have been accused of acting out of partisan political motives. Those who say that do not know me. I am an independent person, and I am no one's pawn.
With what degree of certainty do you believe Brett Kavanaugh assaulted you?
100%.
What is the strongest memory you have? Strongest memory?
Between
The laughter, the uproarious laughter of Justice Kavanaugh having raped her, okay, which she could not prove, never proved, nor was ever interested in proving. It was just the Democrats and Cory Booker and the rest, Kamala Harris and the rest of them, who were attempting to defile a man's character. And we are merely to believe a woman because she says something. Well, earlier this week, a young woman who is a professor at Scripps College in California gave a detailed statement saying that Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax of Virginia sexually assaulted her. And I'm going to give you some very graphic statements here, so be careful. Take your kids out of the room if you got to. What began as consensual kissing quickly turned into a sexual assault. Mr. Fairfax put his hand behind my neck and forcefully pushed my head towards his crotch. Only then did I realize that he had unbuckled his belt, unzipped his pants, and taken out his penis. He then forced his penis into my mouth. After the assault, I suffered from both deep humiliation and shame. I did not speak about it for years. Now, this is 2004 that she remembers this happening to her. And we are told not to believe her. But Christine Ford, who sometime before Methuselah, some imaginary thing happened in someone else's bedroom when they were teenagers. And we don't believe it ever really happened. So we are to believe her because she said that. Is the difference because she's white and Miss Tyson is black? Tell me, sir, which is the difference here?
There actually is no difference. I certainly don't see one. I believe that Lieutenant Governor Fairfax should assume the position of governor, and at the same time, there needs to be a full investigation of the allegations charged by Miss Tyson. I don't think we should dismiss them at all.
But didn't you come on my show, Michael?
Virginia needs some leadership and let the investigation, whether the chips fall where they may.
Michael, didn't you come on my show and tell me that we should just believe Christine Ford because she says so? Is that not true?
I don't recall, sir. I said I recall a full investigation, and we shouldn't disbelieve a woman just because of
Mary Brockman would probably tell you otherwise, and you did come on the program and said that we...
by one vote.
well, the FBI also, and they confirmed that that was all made up. So let me just
So
get.
right, so there was an investigation.
Yeah.
That's no problem.
Well, the police.
With Lieutenant Governor Fairfax as well.
The police suppressed an investigation in Fairfax. So are we supposed to believe you that it's okay to believe Christine Ford?
Wait, that's a new fact. I didn't know that. I didn't know she reported to the police.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did.
Oh, I was not aware of that.
Yeah, and it was suppressed. So the bottom line here is
Right part, or where's that from?
well, I will send it to you. I will send it to you.
It sounds like it's from a right wing. I don't know from mainstream regular news.
I know you want me to. Want me to give you a fake stream CNN, and you all. Okay, I understand. I'll try to find that on CNN. I know how deeply you all cover these issues when there are Democrats involved.
Forget about MSNBC as well.
But what you're telling me tonight, and I just want to make this perfectly clear, an allegation on Kavanaugh because during his teenage years is justifiable for removing him from consideration of the Supreme Court. But an allegation of this grown man who was running for office as lieutenant governor some 10 years later, this same person is eligible to be governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia. That's what you're telling me.
I'm telling you that in this crisis time, we have a governor that potentially did some racist things, or alleged, well, not even allegedly, I guess now, did some racist things, needs to step down. The lieutenant governor needs to be elevated to governor, but at the same time, there needs to be an investigation. And if the investigation shows that those allegations are accurate, he needs to then step down from being governor. Now, whatever happens with the Attorney General moving up and being elevated, who knows, he has his own problems. Just as the Republican president on both sides of the aisle is a mess, and the only way to steady it is to try to figure out how to elevate the lieutenant governor while there's an investigation going on to these very serious allegations by Ms. Tyson, who should not be disbelieved. Should not be disbelieved. Let the investigation come, whenever the facts come out, let the chips fall where they may, and then Governor Fairfax has to step down. He needs to step down.
Mary Brockman says that you didn't say those things, so I take it back. I apologize, although I swear I heard you say them. But let me just say this.
Mary, wherever you are.
But let me also say this. If Justin Fairfax was a Republican, would you be giving the same advice?
Just as I said it for Kavanaugh, same thing for...
Sure. Michael Brown, ladies and gentlemen, with us tonight, live from the nation's capital, progressive commentator at M.A. Brown DC, at M.A. Brown DC. Look him up, ladies and gentlemen, on Twitter. We will be back with more of the best in urban conservative talk. And thank you for keeping it straight, Mary. We love you. We love you dearly. Love you, man. Talk to you later.